Thank you so much for checking out this song. Be sure to stick around afterwards for some behind the scenes on the making and writing of it.
I didn't notice the $20 on the ground, 'cause I'm a thinking of you. Yeah, thinking of you. I showed up late for work 'cause I took a new route. Boss is yelling at me, I just tune it out, 'cause I'm a thinking of you. Yeah, thinking of you. I forgot to pay my ticket, I forgot to pay rent. Forgot my mama's birthday, that was not my intent. My water's off, my lights are out, my car's overdue. I forgot to write them down 'cause I was thinking of you. I remember when I met you working at the cafe. At least I think you saw me, could have been a mistake. Or were you thinking of me? Thinking of me. I was sipping on my drink, trying to figure you out, working on how to make myself stand out, so you'd be thinking of me. Thinking of me. I tried a new look with some brand new clothes. I got a tattoo on my neck and pierced my nose. I thought you might have noticed when I dyed my hair blue. I'm about to lose myself 'cause I was thinking of you. Thinking of you. To make it seem like I was your type. I tried to figure out what kind of music you like. I tried to binge the show you're always raving about, but I can barely stand the theme song, so I'll do without. I think your favorite band songs sound all the same. You probably think the things I like are boring and lame. It's all a waste of time, so to that own self be true. I'ma take care of myself instead of thinking of you. Instead of thinking of you. Instead of thinking of you. I'm thinking of you.
So thanks for listening to the song, checking it out, and sticking around. Let's talk about how it came together. Over the last 2 years, some friends of mine, myself and my wife, have been working on an independent slasher horror film, kind of a love note to the 80s slashers, the Nightmare on Elm Street and Jason's, Friday the 13th, that sort of thing, Halloween. And I was tasked with scoring this film. The majority of the score is kind of underscore-y, horror-y, low rumbles and building tension. But there's one scene that actually called for a song. Two of our main characters go on a moonlit midnight romantic stroll through the woods. And at one point, one of them pulls out their phone and starts playing a song, and they start dancing. Oh, so sweet. Dancing. Romantic dance. You went down, huh? Given the length of the scene, I only needed to write roughly a verse and a chorus. I set out and wrote that. It started as just kind of this, cute, kind of bubblegummy, John Mayer, bare naked ladies. I don't even know how to describe it. The director sent me some songs to check out for influences, and I kind of homogenized those and ran it through my thinky brain and kind of added my own thing. And this kind of ties into something more for the guitar nerds, so check this out. I don't normally like letting gear dictate what or how I write or how I play, insofar as, oh, I need this thing to do this thing, or I don't like I need the right gear before I can get started. I like to just get going. However, I was watching a video from JHS Pedals. You can check that out over here. I'm still new to this YouTube thing. And he was talking about the Blues Breaker, which is an amp and a pedal.
Is it a pedal that was based on a pedal that was based on an amp, but the pedal based on the pedal that was based on the amp is actually nothing like the amp?
And at the end of the video, he gives us a couple things to listen to. The first one was John Mayall and the Blues Breakers with Eric Clapton, and the second was John Mayer's Continuum album. Now, I had always had in the back of my mind that John Mayer was this kind of bubblegum pop, sensitive singer-songwriter kind of guy.
Sensitive songwriter guy.
But I decided to give the album a listen, and in addition to the killer songwriting on that album, Gravity, obviously, Slow Dancing in a Burning Room, Belief, Vultures, Stop This Train, that album's so good. But in addition to the songwriting, the sound of the guitar, and I was like, okay. So JHS recommended this because John Mayer was seen using a Blues Breaker pedal. Those are kind of expensive. So what's out there that does a similar thing? It's based on a similar thing. So again, for the guitar nerds, I picked up a JHS Morning Glory. Great little overdrive pedal, nice and transparent, doesn't really color the tone. It just kind of, in the way I'm using it, thickens it up, makes it a little juicier. Let's listen to it.
So this is my setup. It's a Yamaha THR 100 HD. It's a tube emulated 100 watt amplifier. I'm just running it straight into recording. And this is my clean tone with just a little bit of compression, single coil neck pickup. And let's turn the Morning Glory on.
And so when I got this guy and plugged it into my rig, that riff was the first thing to come out. And from there, the song kind of wrote itself. So back to the score, I'm writing this song and I'm thinking, okay, kind of bubblegum, light pop, and this, the song's called Thinkin of You, and the first verse and chorus was all I'd written initially, and that sort of outlines I'm kind of obsessed with this person, and you could kind of take it as like thinking of your significant other, your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever you got, just obsessed with that person. And I thought I'd take it to the extreme of it's kind of ruining your life. Like your boss is yelling at you and you're just like staring off into space, thinking about that person. And that was all I'd written. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cute, spacing out because you're thinking of someone. So I shipped the song in that scene, locked in, lots of technical stuff. I was like, okay, that song goes here for this length, and it fits with a little wiggle room. Then I get a message from one of the producers. He says, hey, we need to extend that a little bit. Can we get a longer version, a full version of that song? Well, shit. So I start kicking ideas around, and we're on a time crunch. I've got like 2 or 3 weeks before we're premiering this thing. This, mind you, was about 2 weeks ago from recording, so October 12th, I think it was, we premiered that. By the way, as I'm recording this, the movie isn't out to the general public yet. We're working on getting it on Amazon Prime streaming, so you can check that out. Once I get that, I'll put a link in the description below. Till then, just know that we had a lot of fun making it, and the audience reactions were so juicy. Anyway, so they need a full version of this song, so I start kicking around some ideas. Okay, where do I take it from here? Because if you listen to just the verse and the chorus, it's just setup. It's just setup of someone thinking. So I have to take it somewhere. In my head, I'm like, okay, well, I could keep talking about he's obsessed, but that doesn't really tell a story. It's just like, oh, look at more ways he's ruining his life. And I've kind of already gone to the extreme that I want to go to with him, the character, the narrator, just like messing up his life, you know, like on the verge of losing his job because his boss is yelling at him. I've already set that up. So where do I take it from here? So I start kicking around ideas. Well, maybe, I don't know, it could be kind of a codependent thing, but that's a little, I don't want to go like toxic with it. I want to kind of keep it light and fun. You know what? Let me grab the little note scratch sheet that I was writing stuff on. And when I say note scratch sheet, I mean a literal note phone. So I was thinking like, okay, main character, maybe she's gone. Maybe she broke up with him. Maybe, and he's just can't stop thinking about it. So maybe it's kind of a tragedy thing, and he just, or a getting over a breakup kind of thing. And then gone. Maybe she passed away. That's kind of heavy for the vibe of the song. The boom, doom, dip, dip, dip. It's kind of a little bit more relaxed and fun. So what else did I write here? Maybe she doesn't realize he exists. There's one. So I kind of went with that. Maybe she doesn't realize he exists. Maybe he's like pining after this girl, you know, the barista at the coffee shop. See her and she's cute, she seems funny and interesting, she's got some cool tattoos and a little edgy, and she got the gauges, or, you know, the lip piercing, or she's got, you know, neon green hair, and she doesn't realize this guy exists. So I kind of went off on that tangent, and that eventually came down to, let's see, did I write anything else? I was asking like, where does he know her from? And that eventually, came to the coffee shop. So I was like, okay, so first verse is set up, second verse, how he met her, and how he's gonna try to get her attention. So that kind of really sets the story of what kind of a song. You get to the second verse and you kind of realize what's going on. So, met you working at the cafe, at least I think you saw me, could have been a mistake. Were you thinking of me? Hi, Kuiper. This is Kuiper. Say hi to Kuiper. Sweet thing. She's a lap kid. And then same thing, sipping on my drink, trying to figure you out, working on how to make myself stand out. And then the setup, the chorus. It's not really chorus, it's like a pre-chorus, and then the chorus is just a one-line hook, thinking of you. But the setup for that is that he's like got a tattoo and pierced his nose and try to kind of like be more like her and be what he thinks she might be attracted to. It's not healthy, by the way. Don't do that. Be you. Message of the song. So, guitar solo. Then the last one it's a kind of a double pre and sets up, I mean, you listen to it, but it sets up the whole like, no, we don't have anything in common. Like, you were telling me about this show that you liked on Netflix. I started watching it and I can't even stand the theme song, let alone the characters or the story. I don't give a care. I think you're the favorite bands you suck, which actually ties the favorite band songs sound all the same. That kind of ties into a girl I dated years before I met my wife, who was into music I wasn't into. I don't want to, like what you like, but to me it all sounds the same. And of course the climate. Oh, I gotta sneeze. And of course the climax, the finale of the song is, I'm gonna take care of myself instead of thinking of you. So he kind of comes to this realization that he's focused on this one person and he can't even take care of himself. So might as well just be yourself, live your life, have a good time. If the right person's out there, maybe they'll come for you. So anyway, that's the song. Let's jump into the computer and I'll just show you some cool production recording things for the super nerds in us. Hey. All right, so here at my recording console, my computer, I'm using Studio One if you're interested in that. And let's just jump in. So it's actually a pretty basic song. There's not a whole lot of complexity going on. I don't have a whole ton of layers, and I tried to go for kind of an organic sound, just a band playing in a row. So for drums, it's pretty straightforward. It's just a drum part from Superior. I play it myself. I program it with this guy. I do the finger drums, and it's just a drum part. There's really nothing special about it. So there you go. After that, we move on to the percussion. It's just a shaker and a tambourine. The tambourine comes in the choruses. There's an effect on here that's causing things intentionally to kind of bleed into each other. Boink.
Got to pay.
So there's just the tambourine with the shaker.
My water's off, my lights are out, my car's overdue. I forgot to write.
It's barely in there, but it's just enough to kind of help with the groove. The bass was tracked with my Yamaha. This guy. And I recorded it through my Dark Glass Microtubes B7K. This guy. And on its own, it sounds like this. Nice full sound, a little bit of grit in there just to kind of make it a little bit more rock, but pretty bog standard bass. The guitar, here's the riff, as you can see. And in those sections where it's just that riff and there's not really a vocal going under it, there is an extra guitar with kind of a tremolo effect on it. I just kind of like the sound that added to it. In the choruses, some extra guitars. They're not super prominent. They're more just kind of filling out the backside, making it a little bit more dramatic right there. If I take them out, let's play the chorus and take them in, take them out.
Got to pay my ticket, I forgot to pay rent. Forgot my mama's birthday, that was not my intent. My water's off, my lights are out, my car's overdue. I forgot to write it down because I...
So it just adds some drama and some width to that section just to kind of build it up a little bit. So that happens in all the choruses. In the solo, we've got some extra guitar goodness. So the riff is playing. Just sustained, just to make that section kind of a little bit more lush. And I added 2 more guitars kind of playing the same thing with a little bit more dirt on them. So far, nothing crazy. In fact, you're not going to find anything really crazy here. The solo's just a solo. I mean, it's a solo with an echo on it. And same with the outro solo. A little bit less hair on it, a little bit more less distortion. Vocal, it's pretty much a one-track vocal there. Not a one take. I mean, this is comped together, but, you know, one take and then a couple punch-ins where I screwed up. Yeah, just one vocal. There's no doubles or anything. There's a harmony that pops in and out every now and then. You can hear that here.
Boss is yelling at me, I just tune it out, cause I'm a thinking of you.
It's that high part, thinking of you. And that comes in just here and there, sporadically, you know, where I felt it was needed.
Got to write them down cause I was thinking of you.
Just, you know, fills it out, makes it interesting. Little ear candy. There's a third harmony at the outro. Thinking of you.
Instead of thinking of you.
Thinking of you. So 3-part harmony there. Then we got the background vocals, which are just doing oohs. I had tried like some keyboards and some pads and stuff, some synthesizers, and really just found that going ooh a bunch of times just kind of helps fill that out. It's in addition to those heavy guitars in the choruses that kind of just makes that more dramatic and lush sounding.
Got to pay my ticket, I forgot to... I forgot to write it down cause I was thinking of you.
Watch how empty the chorus feels. Whoop, let's grab those heavy guitars, these guys. And we'll grab the background oohs and we'll mute them all. And you'll hear how it just kind of like the ass drops out of it.
Got to pay my ticket, I forgot to pay rent. Forgot my mama's birthday, that was not my intent. My water's off, my lights are out, my car's overdue. I forgot to write it down cause I...
So again, just for the drama and for filling it out. And that's pretty much it. It's a pretty basic song. There's no synthesizers. There's no, no electronic elements other than the drums programmed in the first place. But it's, meant to sound like an acoustic kit. Yeah, got my effects and, mixed it. Use Console 1 and a bunch of plugins I've acquired over the years. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for sticking around and for checking out the song. It is available on all major streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon. Should be elsewhere. It might be still working its way out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a like if you did and subscribe. I'm going to try to put out some more new videos and some new songs. Recent resolution for myself was to try to make more original music and put it out there for you people, so I'm going to keep doing that. See you guys in the next video.